Alrighty, I think this is up and running and working again. Basically, I'm gonna make this very quick. For those who aren't aware, I was streaming on the 2nd of May this month. The brand new Fortnite season for Star Wars dropped, and yeah, I went live. We played. Had fun, got some wins, and just tried out the new items. And then all of a sudden, my stream decided to crash. I didn't know what was going on whatsoever, and I was confused. I literally had one of the brand new emotes on my screen because I was just looking at the new item shop. And as I had one of the brand new emotes just on my screen, my PC didn't agree with it and decided to lag heavily, and my PC crashed, but in a way that was really, really strange, and actually it scared me. So, on screen you can see what my PC looked like. Yeah, it wasn't fun at all. This is what my screen was. It was glitching out and made a noise that was consistent, and my PC just fully restarted and reset itself into the BIOS settings. So for those who don't understand, the BIOS setting is quite literally the setting that you would go to sort of go to the back end of your PC, the basic settings for your PC. So that's for your motherboard, so how you're going to boot up your PC, what your RAM speed is going to be, what your CPU fans temps are going to be, if you can overclock it. It's basically what allows you to just access some of the more in-depth settings for your entire computer. This is different from your normal settings from your Windows. This is what you would usually go ahead and start up if you were building a new PC, to be completely honest with you. The weirdest thing, though, is it defaulted to my BIOS settings as soon as I had this problem. So, as I normally would, I would try and reboot and try and turn my PC off and turn it back on. Little did I know that wasn't going to work whatsoever, and it was actually telling me I wasn't able to boot my PC because I didn't actually have a boot drive available. And so what I did was I tried adding a boot drive, but I couldn't add one because I didn't have one detected or recognized from my PC whatsoever. Now, that confused me because I knew that I move storage around because, as you know, I record and make a lot of footage, a lot of content, all that type of stuff. I got a lot of videos on my PC. I moved a lot of stuff from my PC to Google Drive. Kiki gave me recommended me to move my stuff to Google Drive so I could create space. I did that and I thought, I should have space on my boot drive. Okay, so little did I know that space wasn't actually the problem. So I contacted one of my great friends who I went to college with, who actually helped me build my PC. And he said to me that I might not have enough storage on my boot drive, which again confused me because obviously I moved storage from PC to Google Drive, which is obviously online. I then went ahead and said, okay, what do I do from here? My two solutions were I reinstall Windows onto my PC and try and boot it up on the initial boot drive that I have, which is my normal storage. Or I get a completely new SSD and boot up Windows onto that and then reinstall my other boot drive in the hope that nothing gets corrupted or nothing was corrupted. So at this point, I'm still confused at what the problem is because I don't know what caused my PC to crash in the first place. Was it my PC just being really, really dog shit and crashing? Was it that my memory and my storage was just too like bad and low that it just couldn't handle it anymore. What was the problem? This was I find out that the problem was my PC ran perfectly fine. However, my Windows itself completely crashed. My Windows OS, the actual Windows itself, was corrupted. It just completely broke. It didn't have the necessary files it needed, and it just didn't work whatsoever. Now, the thing is, I'm aware that my Windows 11 at the time just failed to update a system update for for the longest time. It just didn't update this certain update. It was really, really weird. So I just left it. I tried downloading the drivers online, and I just left it. Now, was that the reason why my Windows kept crashed like that? Maybe, but the likelihood is probably not, because I was able to use my Windows perfectly fine without any problems. Now, the sad reality is that I thought all my stuff on that specific boot drive would just disappear. And I didn't realize what I really got myself into, because I had to go ahead and remove everything, reinstall a new SSD, and also try and make sure that I don't break anything in the process, because I haven't opened my PC in like over a year. I only open it occasionally for, the outside parts for removing dust from my fans, but I don't really open up the inside because I don't need to. But I reinstalled my SSD. I made sure that I unplugged all the other SSDs so my PC didn't recognize the other SSDs. So it was a complete clean boot that my PC understood. It's a new Windows. It's brand new. It's a new SSD. There's nothing to be worried about. It's going to be clean. It's fine. Okay, so we installed this new SSD. We installed the other SSD as well, the pre-existing one that had the problem and crashed my PC, supposedly. And so I'm able to boot on my Windows. I create my account, I log into my Windows, I log into my Microsoft account. Now, thank the Lord that surprisingly, my dumbass actually had a backup available for my Windows. But bear with me 1 second. Sorry, all that yapping got me thirsty. But where was I? Yeah, my Microsoft account actually has an automatic backup. And that is something that I did set up just in case something silly or stupid would happen. So, you know what? Pat on my back for doing that. Pat on my back. I did something good. So that means that all my information, all my accounts, all my stuff was completely saved. Wicked. All my games, my certain things that were like hardware stuff, saved. Wicked. Awesome. I was happy about that. My OneDrive stuff, all my files, my CV, my important information, all saved. I was really happy about it. Now, the question was the storage, was the data on that old boot drive still available? Now, I go on to my PC, I go to check on it, and I go ahead and find out that it detects it, which is awesome. Amazing, quite frankly. And it did say that I had storage available, which is kind of weird. Because, my Windows broke, my boot drive didn't. But that was until I recently, today, tried to actually access my account. And on Windows, if you have an account and you have it under users, you actually have to it's named a folder, which is distinctively like a profile for you on Windows. So all your information, all your videos, your files, everything that you have is underneath that profile. Now, mine was called T-Harp, and I had a lot of information. A lot. I mean, all my videos, all my footage, all my gameplay, all my downloads, all my editing stuff on that profile. Everything. My OBS stuff, my Photoshop, my Premiere Pro, my footage dating back all the way to when I was playing on my PlayStation 4. Yeah, I had everything. It was a lot. Thank God that I did move some stuff around. So my data was distributed and some of my footage was distributed from my main account and my main SSD, and I moved it to other ones for like different chapters on Fortnite. But mainly for the most recent year, as well as last year, was all on that SSD. And the sad reality, and the thing that really hurts, is that even though it says I have a total of 30 gigabytes left, for some dumb reason, and I don't know why, when I go ahead to check this actual profile, it actually comes up with the most unfortunate thing I have ever seen, and that is that this right here, where it says it's got 30 gigs free, when I click onto it and I go through to users where it was last updated, and I go to my account right here, it says there's an empty folder. And that's when my heart dropped. Because that means that everything that I have is completely gone. Yeah. All my hard work, everything that I've worked so hard towards, all the footage I gathered from last season, from different games to streams, everything that I've downloaded, everything that I have saved, all my OBS stuff is completely eradicated. I've tried ways to open it, and it tells me the media is write protected. I did a Google search and I found out that means that it's either locked, so it is only available for read only, but then I did some more diving to find out that it is either like that because it's corrupted or there are missing files. And as you saw just then, it is an empty folder. Now, I'm really confused. I could be overreacting. I could be uneducated, but to me that says it's an empty folder and there's nothing in there. But it still says there's 30 gigabytes left of storage in there, even though I can't access anything. I could understand if there's 30 gigabytes worth of storage if I was able to access it, but I can't because it says there's nothing inside of it. So that's the reason why I haven't been able to stream. That's the reason why I haven't been able to make videos. I posted it in my Discord server and everyone was a bit confused why I stopped streaming. I managed to fix my PC for now, but everything that I've worked so hard towards that I thought I had safe so I didn't get hacked could all be gone. This ultimately means that going forwards, I'm literally gonna have to start from fresh. It really sucks. So if I'm streaming, please take into consideration that everything is going to have to be new, fresh, and redesigned. The amount of hard work that I put into content, streaming, making videos, everything, and I mean absolutely everything that I had saved is completely gone. So it will take me some time to get back into the same quality of content that I would produce, because Everything that I had is gone. I mean, I can even show you my OBS, and it is completely and utterly just blank. Yeah, it is literally just blank. There's nothing here. The tools, the scripts, everything that I had, the docs, it's all just reset. And so I don't have anything. I can't import anything because it's all gone. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit difficult to transition back, but it's going to take me some time to get back to where I was. And this ultimately means that it has affected my ability to feel confident in my content again. Because, when you have everything there and you're ready to go, it feels amazing. But I've just had a factory reset, kinda, and it sucks. I'm not gonna lie. It sucks. Even my Stream Deck is completely reset. Everything is reset. So I'm going to have to take some time to just think about where I'm going to go forwards, because obviously I want to make content for you guys, and obviously I want to just move on from this. But at the end of the day, there's nothing I can do about it. I just have a dog shit PC, and my Windows decided to be corrupted, and my Windows decided to crash and break. So yeah. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this cleared some things up. I wasn't trying to make it too much of a yap session, but I felt like it was important for me to just really dive into why I haven't been able to make content and what the problem was. So yeah, I hope you guys are well. Please take care of yourselves. All right. And I'll see you soon.